Good morning, everybody. It's Monday and we have a lot going on. So I'm working on 3 videos right now because I can't seem to finish one before I start another one. Something comes up. So I'm working on the update video for Herman because she's been regurgitating and acting weird. And then the other video I'm working on is Lips. Hi, good morning. I'm waiting to hear back from the vet to see if I should be worried about an abscess. I don't think I need to be, but I'm keeping her locked up for a couple days anyway. Third one that I'm going to be working on today is we are saying goodbye to 4 of our ram lambs today, and we are giving horses their vaccines, their annual vaccines. Good morning, Skip. And I don't show you guys enough of the horses because it's hard enough video. Oh, squeezy, I think I had a bug. It's hard enough to videotape with the sheep. So doing camera work and messing with the sheep, it's just such a hassle. And the horses are so big and it's a hassle. So I don't videotape these guys enough, but we're going to be locking them up today. And I'm going to show you just what I do on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis anyway. So yeah. All right, let's go. I'm going to actually see if I can video. Oh, and I have a bruise on the inside of my leg. And you don't generally remember these things until you freaking hit it. So check this out. Right there. Look at that. Holy crap. And I just crawled over the fence. It's right on the inside of my thigh. So I'm going to let the horses into this lower paddock for a couple reasons. For one, because they've been so nosy, they've been kind of wanting to go down here anyway. And 2, I need to work on the round pen. See if they want to come in. See, here's another reason. They've been rubbing on that fence post. So it's actually, because Skip, he's a butt scratcher. He's pushed this dang fence post into this fence post. So, turkey. Okay, so I want to see if they can knock down some of this because I've had the sheep down here and I've had the stupid alpaca down here for the last 3 weeks, and the weeds have completely taken over. As you can see, there is really good footing in here. There's a couple semi-truckloads of sand, and I have really let this round pen go. I haven't had a lot of time to train the horses. Plus, they're really well trained anyway. Well, Skip more than Squeezy. Squeezy, I didn't train her as much as Skip because she's half blind. So they're just pleasure horses anyway. So they don't need to be worked before we ride them. Really, the only reason why I work them in the round pen now, unless they need a tune-up, is just to warm their muscles up for a ride. But so I haven't used it a lot. But anyway. Okay, so what do we got, babies? Okay, let me climb over the fence and I'll show you what we got going on today. Rats. Okay, we have some boys going to their new homes today. This guy, that guy, that guy. Where's the other one? Oh, and that guy. So those guys are going to their new homes. Good morning, honey. Yeah, you're going to our new home today. Oh, they're going to love him. He is so sweet. Hi, Mabel. Good morning. So, Jason, Jordan, and their kids, I believe this is the first time they're owning sheep. Definitely Icelandics. And, hi, you little stinker. So, we are selling them some breeding rams. Well, they will be in a few months anyway. And 1, maybe 2. Why are you biting my leg? 1, maybe 2 rams for the freezer. I don't know. They're gonna have to wait a few months to see who's the breeding, but I have my eye definitely on him. That's Chester's baby, and Chester I think is the superior ram. And then him, who is Dwayne's son, they're just pretty awesome. And I'm kind of partial to him because of his coloring, but overall, I think he has better conformation, better, longer back. He has a much longer back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What's on your nose? What is on your nose? Anyway, so these guys are going bye-bye. I'm going to go get the horses down there, and I'm going to go get some vaccines and start stabbing some horses. So hard to catch. So hard to catch. So they are super easy to catch, and I have the vaccines here. So we're giving what we call Eastern Western Rhino, and I think this one has tetanus, and we're also it has tetanus, and we're giving a West Nile shot too, because West Nile is carried by mosquitoes, and the mosquitoes are actually they carry the West Nile virus, and it wasn't very prevalent in Washington state, especially eastern Washington, but now this is why horses and cameras, and it's hard every time. So now there's been a lot more cases of the West Nile virus in eastern Washington. So I'm going to tie you. Come here. Let's go this way. So we definitely want to make sure we vaccinate. Come here. Are you stuck because Skip's there? You friggin' Skip. Let's go this way. Move your butt, Skip. This is why anything to do with horses or livestock is so freaking hard to video, because I need 2 hands to do anything. And I can't video. Okay, so there we go. So we do a safety knot, so she can pull all she wants and it'll get tight, but if something bad happens and she panics or we need to get her taken off immediately, just pull this, it'll come off. So hi Skip. So again, it's so hard to do anything with the horses because I need 2 hands. So I can't videotape. And look, she's already like going to sleep. So, okay. Oh, Skip. All right, so Skip, we're gonna put him over here. He is my boy. We have a connection. He is like the horse of a lifetime. Everybody at some point has that animal. Why did my flash turn on? Everybody has that animal, that dog, that cat, ferret, weasel, horse, whatever it is. I hope everybody at some point in their life has that animal. And then Skip. All right, hey. So I'm gonna try to videotape this. So every year I give it in the pec. So these are the pecs. Give them in the pec muscle. You can also give it, these are intermuscular, so they go directly into the muscle. So you can also give it, so the horse's anatomy is that there is a big, I can't go out any farther than this. There's a big triangle area in this spot. There's a pretty good size that you're not going to hit anything. You're not going to hit any bony structures or arteries or anything. It's a big spot in their neck that you can give it. You can give it anywhere intermuscular. Don't do this without the consult of a veterinarian. Do not do that. I cannot. There's a lot of people that want to try to do things and they don't know what they're doing or don't have experience. So consult your vet first. So this is just what I do. So I give it in the pec. So these big old fatty, muscular, meaty structures here, they don't even feel it. So every other year I'll do one side. I try to remember right for rhino, because the shot that has the rhino in it, I do it on the right side. And then the next year I'll do it on the opposite side. So just, I don't know how much difference it makes, but just to mix it up a little bit. All right, and so these are refrigerated also. So I'm gonna give the West Nile, because last year I did the rhino in the right. So we're gonna give the rhino in the left. So the West Nile is gonna go in this side here. So I like to scratch him. Oh, and he's got flies. We're fly spraying today too. So here's the West Nile. I take the needle off the hub, because you want to make sure it's not in any veins, arteries, anything that's going to bleed. So scratch, scratch, scratch. Needle all the way into the hub. No blood. Done. Didn't even feel it. Okay, so I am going to work a little bit quick because I just pulled them out of the fridge. So again, this is the Eastern Western influenza vaccine, and then with tetanus. So, because these dang horses, well, they're horses. They get cut a lot. So, okay, so Eastern Western, rhino are going in the left side. So, I don't generally clean it really well. I get all the dirt and the loose hair and everything off. Okay, again, needle all the way into the hub. Make sure there's no blood. Boop. Okay, and another reason why I like doing that one last, because it might sting a little bit. So if you've ever had a tetanus shot, they tend to be a little painful. So it might sting. I just do it last. That's just how I do it. All right, now squeezy. Okay, clean up my mess a little bit. So we're gonna do it exactly the same way. And Squeezy loves her chest rubs, so this is good for her. Skip, hey. He gets bored quick, so he likes to paw at everything. Okay. Okay, needle all the way into the hub. And this is the West Nile. Boop, done. Okay, I couldn't really get Squeezy because the way that she's standing, we have some bricks and my camera stand's broken and I couldn't get it to stay up. So anyway, same thing. So, reach to the fence. All right, so next, and again, we do this every week. Obviously, we don't give the shots every week, but we spray every week. Now, I use indoor. It's waterproof. It smells really good. We use it on ourselves. Probably not supposed to. But it works the best for the bugs that we have here. So, and it's a little, get her ear. Yeah, I know she doesn't like it much, but do her chest. I did the shots first because I don't want to spray the fly spray and then give the injection and then push the fly spray into their skin. So our flies, they like to hang out on the back. And then up underneath the tummy, well, I can't show you because we've been fly spraying a lot, but right up in here, this is her tummy. So they get what's called, I believe it's called central midline dermatitis. It's just a skin thing because the flies, skin irritation. The flies get up there and they will absolutely just eat their stomachs raw. So skip kick mark. So we make sure we get their bellies pretty good because when we ride, so the girth will sit right here along the stomach. Well, the flies settle in like right about here. So I see what you're doing. Oh, I know. I'm coming, buddy. So we don't want the girth or the cinch. Oh, see, what is that? Okay. Oh, fly spray their face, not their eyes, obviously. So these guys are pretty good about fly spraying because I've sprayed them a lot. So when you're training horses too, when I train any horse, all of the horses that I've trained, I've trained some older ones. I've trained mostly younger horses, but you really, really have to make sure when they're young. Do you have any dermatitis? No? Oh, a little bit. Yeah, there's a little bit right there. So I'm gonna spray around it. I'm not gonna spray right on it. I don't know if it stings, but we also get horse flies, huge horse flies. We're talking like 1.5 inches long, and they will sit on their back and just chew a hole in their back. So I make sure I get them good. Oh, watch the pole. Okay. So any of the horses I train with a water bottle. So I just fill up an old spray bottle and just spray the heck out of them. I start with spraying it around them so they can hear it, they can feel it. So slow and easy going always wins the race with horses. Yeah. Forehead. And what? I think it's mud. It's all, I don't know. It could be dried blood. Who knows at this point? Okay, so we do that every week. And then also their front hooves are, it's kind of frustrating because it's so dry here. Squeezy isn't so bad, but Skip is. So you can see down here, they have these little cracks. They're not actual like cracks into the hoof. It's just the outside layer of the hoof that gets really dry. So we take this, go all the way up into, there's a cornet band right up here. We go all the way up into that. It's like your cuticle on your fingers. So get all the way in the back, all the way around the side. And I don't always do the back hooves because the backs aren't as big of a problem as the fronts for whatever reason. I still make sure I get all the way up into that cornet band because it helps with the hoof health when they start growing out. So it's just lotion. It's like lotion for your hands. Lotion, if you have really dry, brittle nails, this is exactly what that is. So, and I'm not going to do it thoroughly, but we're using Rainmaker. This stuff is awesome. It smells good. I think it's got like pitch, like pine. Aw, I'm not cleaning your hooves yet, Mama. She thinks I'm going to clean her hooves. Oh, you're a good girl. That's good enough for you. Okay, and that's all I'm doing. There we go. Now Skip is kind of a dinkus. He's kind of a pill. He has the funniest sense of humor and personality, but he's really friggin' smart, which gets me in a lot of trouble because sometimes he outsmarts me. Yeah, he thinks I'm picking his hoof up too. So he's a little bit worse on his hooves. He always has been, and in fact, he's got really thin soles. So if we do any hard riding, if we leave anywhere like away from the property, if we go up in the mountains or up on the hill, or even take a ride on the county road, we have to make sure that we either ride on the side in the ditch where it's really soft for his feet, or we have to get shoes on him that have pads on the front. So if you can see, his cracking on the bottom's a little bit worse, but now you can see it's starting to grow in nice and pretty because we've been using the rainmaker, and we had some rain, and that helps a lot with the moisture. Okay, fly sprayed, vaccinated. Squeezy's already going to sleep. And rainmakered. Hi, buddy. There you go. So their feet, I don't think they like the feeling of it. I think it warms up their feet a little bit, I think. Hi, honey. Yeah, no worse for wear. So anyway, yep. That's just quick little to do what I do. So I rainmaker at least once a week, and I fly spray at least once a week, because that fly spray, it lasts a solid 5 days. So if we start seeing flies on them again, we'll top them off. But on a day when I'm really heavily applying it, we can go through a quarter bottle of fly spray on 2 horses, because I put it on them a lot because we have a lot of flies. So hi. Oh. Hi. Yeah, he's a character. I don't know, he's not a biter, he knows better, but he will always push it to the very last little, like right before he's gonna get a whopping. So no, I do not beat or hit my horses. You hit a horse and they're not gonna trust you. So you don't ever hit, beat. Oh my gosh. My horses are abused, clearly, you can tell, right? Hi. Okay, since I'm not going to use the lower paddock, I'm going to shut the gate before I forget that I opened it. So, yeah, don't ever hit them. Don't ever I like to train with resistance training. So resistance, or the natural method, or whatever you want to call it, release to pressure training, and you get so much better. I think they're gonna start playing. You get so much better results if you train with respect. He's such a turd. He's so tall. You get much better results if you train with respect. The only time, so if you watch horses in the field, and there's a lot of good horse trainers out there, there's a lot of really terrible trainers too. So you watch a horse in the field, and if a horse gets too close, they'll reach over and just do a quick little like bite. Well, that's kind of what I do with my horses too, and they respect that. So if I have a horse that's getting really pushy, like Skip, he's pushy. I let him get away with probably too much anyway. But if they're getting really pushy and they get too close and they're invading your space, that can be really unsafe, especially if you're around little kids. So I'll just take my fingers and just do a quick little like jab, And he's like, oh, okay, sorry, that was a little bit too close. So same if they're biting, you do a quick little like stab with your fingers into the in their muzzle, into the side of their cheek or something. You're not hitting them. You're just saying, okay, that's a little too much. And oh man, when I was young, yeah, I did some pretty dumb things because I didn't know any better. But yeah, you train with respect and you train with the herd mentality. 100 times difference, 100 times better results. So, plus, they'll come up to you with a halter in your hand if you make training fun. We make training fun. We have toys. So, yeah, training horses is unbelievably rewardable. Rewardable? Rewarding. Yeah, rewardable. Sure, that works. I need to brush Squeezy's mane out. Oh my gosh. It's terrible. Hi, Tinker. Oh, what are you doing? Hi, what are you doing? Yeah. So, yep, no worse for wear. No blood. No swelling. No goofiness. Well, goofiness for sure. Yeah. So, this is what trust and respect gets ya. Hi. Gets you a freaking lick me. Oh, yuck. It gets you. Ew. Oh, got me right down my neck. It gets you a lot of the times. Every horse is different. They all have different personalities, clearly, but yeah, it gets you a much calmer, easier to work with, trainable horse. Safer, much safer. So all the horses that I've trained so far have never bucked. So let me take that back. They've bucked, but when you're training them, saddle breaking them, if you do it right and you take your time, it took me months to get a saddle, or actual saddle on him. So one of these days, I'll show you guys how I've done that. So I start off just really slow with a saddle pad, a blanket, a rope around their tummy, small saddles, and work your way up to a big heavy Western saddle. And I've never had a horse that I've broke from the ground up. And when I've actually physically gotten on them for their first ride, they've never bucked. So slow. I'm not saying it won't ever happen. What are you doing? He's worse than a dog. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. They'll never buck, but so far so good. Yeah. What are you saying? Yep, Mama's out here in shorts and sandals. You gonna eat? You playing with a stick? Yeah. See, who needs to buy expensive horse toys? Just give them a stick. It's kind of like kids in a cardboard box. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. I don't play with them enough, clearly. So, but that's it, folks. Okay, till next time. I got to get ready to get rid of these 4 there's 2 here. Doot. And there's 2 somewhere else. So I got to get ready to get rid of them today. And got to get the receipts and scrapey information together. And I have to go do the rest of my chores. So see you folks soon. Bye, Squeezy.